your guy, EC Eric Clemens, your baby boomer cruiser. I'm aboard the incredible Celebrity Summit, taking our first ever cruise to the great island of Bermuda. But you know what we baby boomers think about. Even though this is one of the prettiest ships inside and out we've ever seen, we're about comfort, we're about amenities, we're about food, music, activities, entertainment. There's so much of it going on here. Come along, take a trip with me as we explore Celebrity Summit on our way to beautiful Bermuda. Stay with me.
We make up the biggest part of the industry. I'll get the goods for you and me, 'cause I'm the baby boomer cruiser. Where should I go? What's good to eat? I tell you if the cabin's good for sleep, 'cause I'm the baby boomer cruiser. Food, activities, excursions, amenities, I got them all for you, 'cause I'm the baby boomer cruiser. I got it all for ya. The baby boomer cruiser. I got the news for ya. The dark blue color around the hull of the ship catches the eye immediately. She was revolutionized in 2019, and it shows, especially inside. Everything from the carpets to the color scheme makes her absolutely beautiful, and it leaves you with the expectation of a very special cruise experience. And folks, our expectations in most cases were exceeded. When we first entered our interior cabin, we were absolutely stunned at the layout and the sheer size of the room. On the Summit, interior cabins are usually about 170 square feet. In our experience, we know that on most cruises, this category is usually bottom of the barrel. But this cabin made me feel just as fancy as any other on the ship. The mixture of modern furniture and natural colored decor was outstanding. The mattress was high quality, and most importantly, I think two individuals can actually move around at the same time inside an interior cabin here. The cabin bathroom was huge as well compared to other interior cabins we've experienced. It featured a glass-enclosed shower complete with complimentary body wash, shampoo, conditioner, and even lotion. Plenty of room in here. The cabin layout featured modernized closets and drawers with plenty of storage space. The complimentary robes for use while occupying the cabin were of high quality. Yep, we knew that what Celebrity calls the new luxury experience was going to be different. Every aspect of this cabin is top-notch. We started with sail away on the pool deck, and upon leaving the port at Cape Liberty, we were soon at Lady Liberty herself, the statue posing for us in all her glory as we passed her by. But this sailing was so chill, the captain passed her by more than a few times as the Summit circled, taking her sweet time before heading out in the Atlantic toward Bermuda. And of course, a sailing through the New York harbor wouldn't be complete without that world-famous New York City skyline. The Summit's layout is a little different from most cruise ships, so it took us a little while to familiarize ourselves. Once we did, it was easy to find the best way to the pool deck, which features 2 good-sized pools along with 4 hot tubs. There are plenty of lounge chairs and room for guests to relax in or near some water. As you can guess, this area is always near capacity on sunny and warm sail days. But I shot this video at about 5:30 in the evening, so if you're patient, you can experience your run of the pools and hot tubs in the early evening hours. Either way, the decor is pleasant and there's plenty to keep you occupied. It appears they thought about everything to enhance our experience here, from the nice touch of flowers left in our cabin by our cabin steward, to real hand towels in the public restrooms. Yes, subtle, but these little details go a long way in making passengers feel special. A high point we liked about this sailing on Celebrity is that music was everywhere. Most of it was performed live by some pretty talented artists. It led to a very welcoming atmosphere wherever we ventured on board. Music was in just about every corner, from the grand foyer area, the main focal point of the ship, all the way up to the Sky Lounge. With all its great views and a big dance floor, both live and DJ beats had this place jumping nightly. We arrived in Bermuda on the 3rd day of the sailing, and the island is indeed beautiful. We first ventured to the pink sandy beach of Horseshoe Bay, but it was jam-packed with about 2,000 people as 3 ships were docked. It was an awesome but crowded setting, and overall, the stay in Bermuda, while quite beautiful, can be expensive. We were able to sail into the Triangle on a catamaran, but we found out we were on the wrong boat. Still, the views were awesome. It's hard not to relax even if there was nowhere to really sit on this catamaran. We had to find a spot on the floor of the deck. The good news is, we survived the Triangle. We returned to the summit, and she was so pretty, all lit up as nightfall moved in. In all, we were docked in Bermuda for 2.5 days, and there's plenty of time to sample everything the island and its very accommodating people had to offer. I'm here on the rooftop terrace at the Celebrity Summit, and one of the things I really enjoy about this ship is what I call nooks. They're located all over. They're little extra getaway areas where you and your friends and family can have really an intimate moment or two away from all the hustle bustle of the more mainstream activities, but there are nooks located all over the ship where you can take a seat while your partner is shopping, or you can just get away and have a giggly moment. All those kind of things are available all over the ship. One of the things that elevates your experience here on Celebrity Summit. There are places to sit in just about any area aboard the ship, from just a random spot outside in the hall on deck 11, to a random bench, to a breezy open area on deck 4. It's the perfect place to catch a beautiful sunset that you can only get out on the open water. Yes, indeed. More getaway spots, you ask? Well, there are plenty, starting with the rooftop terrace. Find your way aft on deck 11 and catch a movie on the large screen TV with plenty of comfortable seating to catch the latest movies and shows. I think our favorite spot was the Sunset Bar, aft on deck 9. It's a great place to have a cocktail while watching the wake of the ship as she sails. Of course, live music can be found here, as well as the ability to grab a snack from the Ocean View Cafe and enjoy while you await that precious sunset. I mentioned earlier, this ship features plenty for guests to do, even if there aren't any zip lines or roller coasters or rock climbing walls. The Martini Bar was always jumping every evening, with the bartenders providing plenty of the entertainment. We took part in a wine and food pairing class, which was excellent. Also participated later in a world wine tasting, which left us all feeling really good and buzzed, and I won't embarrass myself with that video. I'll wrap things up by talking about food. The complimentary main dining room is the Cosmopolitan Restaurant. It featured a fine dining feel with smaller portions, so I didn't feel so stuffed by the end of the 4-course experience, all of which had an elegant flair. I found the food served here to be excellent in most cases. The same can be said of breakfast and lunch, which we often enjoyed in the Ocean View Cafe's buffet-style experience, also complimentary. But take a trip or two around here before making your final selection. There's plenty of choices from around the world that you'll want to sample. The specialty dining for a small additional charge, even cheaper if booked online before the cruise, was the best I've ever experienced. Number 1 on my list is Tuscan Grill. These finely crafted Italian soups, pastas, steaks, and seafood were so flavorful, and the settings outstanding. Wow. Just wow. Well worth the added charge. You gotta try it. We also experienced Sushi on 5, an a la carte venue that specializes in sushi and sashimi, but they have excellent soups and pan-seared wontons if sushi's not your thing. We still talk about these 2 spots. You'll leave both feeling full beyond measure, and I'd highly recommend either. We never had anything bad at either of these food spots on board the Summit. In fact, the only thing I disliked is that despite the fact that the majority of passengers on board this ship were baby boomers, the nighttime club and or dance choices were pointed at the Generation Xers. Now, we're old, but we're not cold, as a friend of mine often says. I think the kids should have their spot to wild out. I did when I was a kid. But so should us boomers. We can still get down until, say, 12:30, 1 o'clock or so. Then we need a good night's sleep. Other than this aspect, which has been a long-time complaint of mine with cruise lines, I enjoyed everything about our Celebrity Summit Bermuda adventure. I'd do it again because it offers just enough sailing days and enough time to enjoy the ship and all it has to offer, including the charm of Bermuda itself. But for now, this is your man, EC Eric Clemens, your baby boomer cruiser, saying, wherever you decide to go on the oceans and seas, you make it happy sailing. We'll see you next time.